In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, oh, the ball falls to Buckley. One-on-one with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for girls soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickerat.
Ball comes in, a good hit! 1-0. Shot, another save from Etheridge. Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0. Burzma, looking for Vlasma. 3-0. Stewart Heiss with a shot. Upper 90 and in.
Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos.
Mario Canoe now finds Sock. Finally, Sock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it, and it's in! The Red Hawks equalize!
The following is a presentation of the National Soccer Network.
And welcome everybody to Mesa, Arizona, here for the 2025 National League quarterfinals. Boyd E64 for the U13 boys wild card pool. And in today's matchup, we have ELMBROOK United 12B Elite 64 taking on Miami Breakers FC Elite here for this wild card pool championship. My name is Noah Drury. These games are being played at the Arizona Athletic Complex, just located in Mesa, Arizona, about 10 miles southeast of downtown Phoenix. And how did these teams get here? Well, let's talk about ELMBROOK, located out of Brookfield, Wisconsin, which is just about 15 miles west of Milwaukee. In the semifinals, they took down the Rockford Raptors 5-2, and in the quarterfinals, they won 2-0 over Asphalt Green SC. Meanwhile, for the Breakers, they won 3-1 in the semifinal over FW United Elite. And in the quarterfinal, it got really interesting versus the Michigan Tigers, where it was 2-2, and they had to win 9-8 in penalty kicks for this January quarterfinals. So the game rules for today: 35-minute halves, and if we do go to overtime, there will be no overtime, essentially. It will be penalty kicks. Right now in Mesa, Arizona, it is 36 degrees. And your weather is brought to you by Taka. Feels like 31. It will be a high of 64 today in Mesa, Arizona, but right now a little bit chillier. And they currently have a freeze watch there as well, something that the Arizona citizens are typically not used to, especially being located in the desert. 11-mile-an-hour winds, so the ball will travel a little heavier in the air today. And let's talk about the schedule for today. Right now, the U17 boys wildcard final is being played between Breakers FC and Spire FC. And then today at 1 o'clock, we will have two games. The U13 boys silver final with Toka FC Elite taking on PDA Hibernian, and the U15 boys silver final at 1 o'clock will be two Michigan teams, the Michigan Rangers and the Michigan Tigers. I want to thank our sponsors for today: New York Life, Treetops, Taka, National League, and Upper 90. Thank you for our sponsors today. As you can see, those games right here visually and not just from my beautiful voice. 10:45 Breakers FC, Spire FC is currently going on the Upper 90 TV and the National Soccer Network. So if you want to catch those games while this game's at halftime, you can go check out Giovanni Mosheri and Dan Stickerat on the call for that game. One of the two greatest people from our network. As you can see, the Miami Breakers are in the pink and ELMBROOK in the white. Beautiful sunny day here in Mesa, Arizona. We're going to quickly head to a break, but the game will be starting shortly. 11 a.m. kickoff. We'll be right back here on Upper 90 TV and the National Soccer Network.
Looks great. When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Back here after the break, and the Miami Breakers FC about to take on Elmbrook United for this wild card pool championship game for the U13. Like we said, Elmbrook traveling all the way from Brookfield, Wisconsin, and in the north region of the United States, it is about just freezing outside if you step out of your car. Meanwhile, the Miami Breakers from Miami, Florida, so it might be a little bit colder than normal, but I don't think temperature will be a factor. Once again, Miami Breakers in the pink, Elmbrook in the white. Both these teams huddling up, getting ready to go. The officials today will be in black kits, so you'll see them running down the sidelines, and obviously the head official in the middle of the field. Like we mentioned before, these games are at the Arizona Athletic Grounds located in Mesa, Arizona. We have done games here on the National Soccer Network from this complex, as we do games from all the complexes around the nation. Elmbrook will kick it off to start. We're about to get set underway here for this wild card final matchup. Elmbrook waiting for the whistle. Like we mentioned, going to be 35-minute halves, and there is no overtime period. So if we are tied at the 70th minute, we will head straight into penalty kicks, and Elmbrook United will get started off and work it all the way to the back line. Elmbrook so far in these quarterfinals, they have 7 goals for, 2 goals allowed. Meanwhile, for the Miami Breakers FC, 5 goals for, 3 goals allowed, so a little bit more of a balanced attack, muddying it up in the back line of the defense. Like we mentioned, in that quarterfinal against the Michigan Tigers, it is tied. They tied 2-2 at the end of regulation and had to win 9-8 in penalty kicks. This ball staying at the middle of the field. Elmbrook trying to work it down this left side. They're able to get it ahead just a little bit, little pause. Gonna try to look for a cross. Breaker staying strong on defense. It goes over the end line, and they'll say it's gonna be a goal kick for Miami FC. As you can see, all these fields are turf because it's all desert on the natural terrain. By the way, your scoreboard brought to you by New York Life, as the Breakers are going to get their first offensive attack set up. It'll be cut shortly. Don't even get past midfield. Elmbrook moving the ball around, dribbling throughout space. Breakers get it. Both these teams just playing back and forth here very early on. No one able to create separation 2 minutes in. Elmbrook down the side, crossing it in. The Breakers recover on defense. Can they finally get past midfield? No, they will not. Elmbrook staying strong on the attack, playing very aggressive defense, trying to send in another cross right there, but it goes out over the end line. It'll be another goal kick for the Breakers. We'll see if it's actually a goal. It looks like they're setting it up for it to be a corner kick. And it will be a corner kick for ELMBROOK. So the first corner kick for ELMBROOK. Can they get one on the board? This one up high into the 6. ELMBROOK puts it into the net, and they get an early goal just inside the 3rd minute. 7 goals for coming into this game, the 8 of this January 2025 quarterfinals, and they take a 1-0 lead here early on in this U13 wildcard final game. So the Breakers will have to respond early, as they have not even been able to get it past midfield. ELMBROOK has just been in domination. And Miami now has to get something going. They're going to get a set play here with the free kick. Able to score off the corner kick was ELMBROOK. And the Breakers just have not been able to get anything going on offense 4 minutes in. Moving the ball around. But they're not able to get anything going. ELMBROOK just staying super aggressive on the defensive side. Breakers get past the center circle. Now into the ELMBROOK 3rd of the field. Can they respond here early on? ELMBROOK comes up clutch on the defensive side. As you can just see, ELMBROOK playing with no extra accessories. Meanwhile, we see a lot of the Miami FC players in tall socks wearing compression pants. I think this weather might be affecting them here a little bit early on. Ball deep on the right side, cross sent in, poked away. The Breakers still in possession, sending in a shot. No, the back line of ELMBROOK stays strong. And this one goes all the way back to the middle third. We'll see if the Breakers can reset something on offense again. They were finally able to get their first push down the field. ELMBROOK keeping this ball away, and they might accelerate down to the other side. 2-on-4, still getting past. Can ELMBROOK take it? 2-0 lead, still in possession, but not able to come up with it. And we'll see what they call. They'll say goal kick for the Breakers, as they catch another break there, as ELMBROOK could have got up 2-0 early. As an underrated thing about this ELMBROOK team is, while they are known for their offense here in this quarterfinals, their defense having a clean sheet in the quarterfinals and in the semifinals. They did allow 2 goals to the Rockford Raptors FC, but they also did score 5, so I guess it makes up for it. Maybe became a little bit loose. Who knows when those goals came. So the Breakers trying to go down this right side, not able to. ELMBROOK now sending it across. This one stays on the ground inside the 18. Moving it to the top of it now, just outside the semicircle. The Breakers take it away. And the Breakers trying to push on the counterattack with Henry Myers trying to push ahead. They'll put the brakes on and get numbers in space and try to set up. Sending a through ball. That one a little bit too far. And ELMBROOK's going to be able to scoop it up clean. Now ELMBROOK trying to move it down This left side, they're able to push it ahead in some space. But they quickly lose it. The Breakers now trying to push the other way. Not able to get too far. Elmbrook continues to play up so ahead and just apply pressure to this Breakers back line where there's no sense of comfortability of moving this ball. Goal kick for the Breakers. As once again, the Breakers are just having a tough time moving it out of their own third. They're going to luckily be able to throw this one in. While when they have been able to get down the field, they've had some opportunity for looks, as that one was a little bit of a bobble. Tried throwing it before even the ball got past his head. He's able to make the over-the-head throw, but Elmbrook just continues to apply the pressure with their forwards and upper midfielders. As the Breakers can't even kick the ball, it just continues to be denied. And it's going to be another goal kick for the Breakers, but having a struggle on offense here so far, as they might just want to send this one. They're going to play it through the back line, but that strategy just really hasn't worked out from the team from Miami, Florida. Able to kind of dribble through. They keep playing it down the sides. This one eventually gets passed, but Elmbrook once again coming up with it, this time in the back line. Almost 10 minutes in here so far. Elmbrook with a 1-0 lead. As this time they might want to try and flip to the other side of the field if you are Breakers FC. As Elmbrook has just kind of been playing with domination, as it looks like we need a couple shoes tied on the field really quickly, as they're running so hard back and forth that their shoes can't even stay tied. As deep throw in all the way down to the right side, maybe just a little bit too far. Breakers are able to clear it out, but Elmbrook just continues to stay strong in possession of the ball. Too big of a touch right there. Breakers are able to come up with it, trying to just play through their back line, but look how heavy the pressure is from Elmbrook. They're almost able to poke it free. They're able to, and now they're just outside the 18. The Breakers have cannot get it past. They've reached the Elmbrook third a couple of times, but for the most part, it's just been Elmbrook in control of this game so far. Breakers have to find an adjustment from head coach Juan Yallet, and maybe they'll be able to make a couple of substitutions and be able to switch. There are unlimited substitutions in these U13 division. As now Elmbrook deep on the left side. One thing I will say is the Breakers continue to fight in the back line and stay strong. They did allow that goal early, but off non-set plays, they just will continue to fight and battle and battle. I want to thank you for watching on Upper 90 TV and the National Soccer Network. My name is Noah Drury. Your producer is Nathan Turner. I want to give a thank to our sponsors, New York Life, Treetops, Taka, National League, and Upper 90. So Elmbrook not able to keep that one in play. The Breakers will throw in. This one stays in. Tight ropes the side. Marcelo Costa trying to push into the 18. Being denied is Elmbrook comes up with a stop. And now they'll look to push ahead on the offensive attack. Just getting past that center line. And they're going to put a little pause, put the brakes on a little bit, trying to figure out where the destination is. It's ELMBROOK, what ball movement, just back and forth, staying patient, trying to attack ahead. The Breakers staying strong on the backside of the defense. They're able to come up with the turnover and push it down the other way. Just kidding, it's ELMBROOK now with it, trying to move this ball around, and they're trying to just have a patient offensive look and trying to get the Breakers to break, but they're not bending at all. Marcelo Costa in open field down on the right side. He's going to try to cross over. He'll end up retreating to the outside. Ball movement continues, sending in a pass in now. Not able to get a touch on it was Figueroa. As also wanted to mention, today is Martin Luther King Day, which is January 20th. Yesterday, for those people that do not know me, which is probably about everyone watching, yesterday was my birthday. I have had Martin Luther King birthdays before, but nonetheless, today is a very important day across the nation. ELMBROOK with a 1-0 lead, 13:30 in. We got about 22 minutes left to go in this first half. And the Breakers trying to tie this thing up. It's going to be a foul against ELMBROOK. So a set play not too far away from the net, about 30 yards. Can the Breakers put one on the board? Or run the set play from the deep left side, as ELMBROOK is going to give about a wall of 2 look. The official backing up. Never mind, it's going to be a wall of 3. Breakers getting set up. This one up high inside. Can they get it? ELMBROOK sends it out. The Breakers trying to stay strong. ELMBROOK with numbers, and they're going to have a chance to clear this out. Breakers trying to hustle, and the ELMBROOK does. This ball continues to roll on the turf, and ELMBROOK going around on the attack. What a dribble move right there. Staying ahead. ELMBROOK United all the way down on the other side before the Breakers finally recover and apply pressure on the defensive side. And they might try to attack the other way, but the story of the game, ELMBROOK just continues to apply pressure on the Miami defense. Whether they're in possession or not, the Breakers trying to kick this one away. That one deflected. Second chance, no. ELMBROOK trying to keep it in possession, but it just rolls over the touchline. The Breakers, ooh, a little bit of a miscue right there. And ELMBROOK does have a legitimate chance at putting this thing in the back of the net to make this 2-0. But it's taken away by the Breakers. It'll be a 50-50. The Breakers stay with it, pushing up ahead. All the way on the 18 on the right side. This one just sent away. Sebastian Valcourt could not keep it in possession, but the Breakers taking a page out of the ELMBROOK playbook, trying to apply pressure up front, and ELMBROOK able to send it not completely away, but get it out of their own third nonetheless, but they will touch it, and it will be a throw-in deep on the left side. Almost halfway through this first half. The Breakers currently trailing 0-1. So the team in pink has to find a way to match it before we reach the 70th minute, but I think they should get it before halftime, just with how ELMBROOK has played, especially in the early part of that first half. Physical battle between both these teams so far, as you can see another body hitting the deck. The Breakers do get it in their back line. We know that Elmbrook likes, honestly, the Breakers having it in their back line. They've been able to apply pressure. Great spin move right there from Theo Walkers. And he takes a hit to the face there for a second. Elmbrook now trying to go down the other way. Not able to get it past the midfield. A little bit too physical right there. No whistle blown, but we do have a player down on the field, and we can look at time to be stopped, and it will be a player for Elmbrook is down. We're going to take a quick break here for the injury timeout. Be back here shortly on Upper 90 TV and the National Soccer Network.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in.
The biggest games on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course. Borowski from 3.
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes.
Back after the injury timeout for Elmbrook. The Breakers will get a drop ball, but Elmbrook continues just to apply pressure to the Breakers defense. The Breakers able to break pass, breaking inside the 18. Not able to come up with the goal in the end. Valcourt just a step too late to getting to the soccer ball. They're going to keep it, though, down on the Elmbrook side. Luis not able to stick with it. He will throw it in, and the Breakers trying to keep it ahead. Walkers keeping it. Now this ball continues to roll past. Elmbrook hustling to it. Physical play between both these teams. This is just a little bit of a back and forth between both these teams. Elmbrook is able to get the early advantage, but the Breakers looking to respond. Trying to set up the players and get them into space. Savoya feeds it over. They lose possession of it. Elmbrook just continues to apply pressure defensively. The Breakers trying to retreat. Elmbrook gets possession inside the 18. Slide tackle is not enough. Still in possession. Takes the shot, but it's just saved on the outside. So Elmbrook, their first goal came off a corner kick. Can they get a second one and take a 2-0 lead here early on in this wild card pool final for the 2025 National League E64 January quarterfinals? It's Elmbrook from the corner. They were successful once on their only one. Can they get a second? This one reaches the short corner. Breakers trying to kick it away. Great bounce. Breakers win the 50-50, and there's a potential chance for a counterattack right here. Trying to keep the pace ahead. This one gets denied, almost like a backstop for Elmbrook, and they're able to recover the possession. The Breakers not able to push the ball back towards Elmbrook, able to dribble it and keep it away. Great footwork right there. Now they will not keep it down, but keeping Elmbrook outside the 18 as they continue to do a better job of it as this half continues on. 15 minutes left in this first half. Still 1-0 for Elmbrook after the goal in the 4th minute. And Elmbrook, a little bit physical right there. That's back-to-back fouls in this possession, and Elmbrook just methodically continues to move along. Couple of substitutions checking in for both sides. As for the Breakers, a couple of fresh bodies will help them get a goal on the board. As Henry Myers takes the free kick. Wide open on the left side, sending in a cross. Breakers put a stop on it. 50-50 trying to recover. The Breakers not able to get this out of their own third. Still in the danger zone. Elmbrook still in possession. The Breakers just trying to get this away. Elmbrook with just the tenacity and effort and almost the willingness just to keep the ball down on the Breakers' half has been nothing but special here so far. As the Breakers could get called for a handball. No, they'll say it's a foul on Elmbrook, and they'll get a chance to send this free kick away. The Breakers, after the goal in that 4th minute, they have been able to continue to remain strong. And they send a deep one in right here, but Elmbrook quickly just not allowing anything. Able to stay ahead, though. It's Savoa trying to move the ball around. The Breakers trying to move it inside the 18. Not able to. As we got another injured player down for Elmbrook. Looks like he's able to get his head up. Looks to be an injury towards the hamstring area. So he'll be attended to by his teammates and the medical training staff. It looks like he's able to walk it off a little bit with a limp right there. So Elmbrook with a couple injuries now here early on in this game. Already down 2 players, and that's when you play aggressive and a fast-paced style, you're going to be more vulnerable to taking injuries. But they'll be able to get a replacement for him and will continue to play. The Breakers just being denied once again. Miscue right there. Elmbrook charging ahead. Moving it down the right side. Elmbrook sprinting like it's a track meet almost. The Breakers are able to deny. But Elmbrook will get numbers down on the offensive side and have a chance to take a 2-0 lead. Trying to send in a cross. They'll be able to on the ground. Breakers trying to stop it, not able to clear it out. This time they'll intercept it and take it the other way. And look at the acceleration. Trying to play that ball through. That one just maybe a little bit too long, and it is. So the Breakers tried to push ahead on the counterattack. A little bit too big of a pass. As if you make a pass, not only in soccer, but really just any sport that has a ball, you have to be able to lead your player into open space, but you have to make it with some sort of accuracy. As that one was just a little bit too long right there. Had the right intentions, just not executed to perfection. It's too big of a touch right there. The Breakers still able to keep it in their possession. Moving this ball around midfield. As now Valcourt will try to push it down, trying to thread the needle between 2 defenders. But great job from the Elmbrook defense to wall off Marcelo Costa. That ball will go out on the touchline. Instead, they'll say it's a free kick instead, so a little bit too physical right there.
No cards so far. There was a 2-minute delay. Officials were over talking the coaching staffs and the benches. Shouldn't expect too much stoppage time.
With open field, here comes Spire.
As the Breakers with it.
Taken down, and that's going to call the whistle, no doubt.
Trying to push ahead, but ELMBROOK once again just remaining strong. ELMBROOK might be able to push something on the attack here. Great through ball, trying to keep it in. It just barely moves to the other side. There's another player having to tie their shoe. So we'll get a couple of substitutions as well. But it's important to keep your shoelaces tied. I mean, I don't know if anyone at home has tripped over their own shoelaces while playing any sport, not just soccer, but I mean basketball or football. Just any sport that requires a lot of feet mobility. Which, I mean, the only one that wouldn't would be like table tennis, I guess. But, I mean, still you have to move from side to side. Anyways, it is important to keep your shoes tied and make sure that you don't trip and have a sudden injury.
Deep into the corner and headed in. Spire off the set piece. Breaks the ice with the first goal of the game.
As the Breakers trying to move this ball around. And just the amount of pressure that ELMBROOK is able to apply with these traps and just multiple defenders in position, there's just no lane for any passes that they allow. And it's the reason why they've been able to dominate here early on. Moving it around, that pass just too long, but they stay on the recovery. This shot sent in from deep, but that one just outside to the left. As we got about 7 minutes left here before we do reach the end of the first half. The Breakers have yet to match ELMBROOK. A little miscue with the feet. As now they'll throw it in. The Breakers just trying to move this ball around. And they got to try to get this ball into open space. They're able to push ahead. And once the Breakers are able to move the ball out on these outsides, as Valcourt loses possession of it, but they'll say a little bit too physical. So a set play here for the Breakers. It's going to be Pietro Savoa to take it. And this could be a real chance. Couple of set plays outside the 18. They've been able to get good passes in, just not able to execute on the scoring side. Maybe they'll be able to get it right here. As watch out deep on the right side for Lucho Alcivar. Now he'll run up and behind. Savoa to take the free kick. Will he go for the shot? Sends it up high off the crossbar, and it goes just out. Oh, man, that one just inches for it being a 1-1 here. And that just hits the top of the woodwork. And that's what it comes down to in these championship games, just the inches of execution, whether you do execute or not or make a mistake. It comes down to being that close. That could be the difference between winning and losing this thing. The Breakers taking a play out of ELMBROOK's playbook, applying pressure deep, trying to cross it through. It goes over the end line, and they'll say goal kick for ELMBROOK. And the Breakers just continue to press ahead. Let's see if the back line at ELMBROOK does send this one away. You have to be able to get rid of it. Trying to make the play smartly. ELMBROOK trying to use the sides. He'll go out over the touchline, and Miami able to have a throw in deep in ELMBROOK territory. ELMBROOK able to get it passed and away. We do. Nope. Yep, we do have a whistle blown. It's going to be a foul against the Breakers. As this final so far has been competitive and physical already. And now the Breakers have a shot. They take it on net, but not enough strike on the ball. Peters able to stay strong in goal for ELMBROOK. But ELMBROOK not able to get it out of their own third. Deep in their own corner, backed up. Yeah, that's a little bit too physical right there. Al Savar gives a little bit almost like a hockey-like body check right there. As you can see, the sign number 7. This game is being played on field 7, but there's about 1 million fields in the Arizona Athletic Grounds. This beautiful facility is great no matter what field you're playing on. Into the back line for the Breakers. They're able to keep it ahead. And the Breakers have had success moving the ball, finding lanes and opportunities on offense. It's just being able to get the ball past their own third is where they struggled. That ball just out on the touchline, but almost cornered in. ELMBROOK's just going to have to try and send this one away, as both these teams have just struggled playing within their own side. They want to get out and run, and when they have to play a little bit at a slower pace and move the ball around smartly, it's where both these teams have struggled. Ball being moved around. Great pass up to the right side. Savar sends in a cross. This one trying to be kept out. Valcourt does get a foot on it. Ball backspins almost. Goes into the hand of Peters. About 2 minutes left in this first half. Peters will just send this one up and away. No one makes contact at the ball. Can ELMBROOK take a 2-0 lead before the end of the half? Breakers staying strong on defense, but ELMBROOK continues just to apply more and more pressure. It's like a full court press in basketball, and that's what ELMBROOK is just kind of using that same ideology, just forcing the Breakers to make mistakes in their own backfield. So once again, they can just sense and feel the pressure, trying to move it around smartly. They're finally getting it into some more open spaces, and they're able to push it ahead a little bit now. ELMBROOK does get an interception. So these teams to continue just to go back and forth here. ELMBROOK does have the 1-0 advantage, but that can quickly change with how the game is being played as of late. The Breakers trying to get something before the end of the first half. ELMBROOK sends it to the midfield. Breakers trying to set something up on offense. Look at the ball. Over to Savar. Now with it is Costa. Costa trying to dribble through the defense. No. Still able to keep it ahead. Can the Breakers get one on the board? 1 minute remaining before the end of the half. Breakers still in possession, trying to find a shot that they like. This ball gets all the way. Valcourt spins, sends in the shot. Saved by Peters. In that last shot, Peters will send away a drop kick, and we should be reaching the end of the first half. The ref has the whistle in hand, and that will send us to the end of the first half here in the wild card pool U13 final for the 2025 National League quarterfinals boys E64. ELMBROOK United with a 1-0 lead over Miami Breakers FC. We still got another 35 minutes to play, and barring that the game is tied in regulation, we could be seeing some penalty kicks as well, so don't go too far from your seat. We'll be back here after the halftime break here on the National Soccer Network and Upper 90 TV. So don't go too far. Send a 10-minute timer. We'll be back shortly here on the National Soccer Network.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Go get it, Doug.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in!
The biggest games on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course! Borowski from 3!
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes.
Looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
get it, Doug.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in.
The biggest games on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course. Borowski from 3.
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in.
The biggest games on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course. Borowski from 3.
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Back here for the start of the second half between Elmbrook United and the Miami Breakers FC for this wild card final. Our weather brought to you by Taka right now. 41 degrees and sunny as can be in Arizona. As you can see, just clear, beautiful colors, I should say, not covers. Our other sponsors as well, New York Life, Treetops, National League, and Upper 90, as you can see right here. Make sure you go visit our sponsors after or even during, if you got your laptop right next to you. Go visit our sponsors and see what they have to offer. Right now, you're watching either on Upper 90 TV or the National Soccer Network. And we want to thank you for tuning in with us today on Martin Luther King Day. Nice early Monday morning. And the Breakers now moving from right to left as they're going to be in search of their first goal here for the start of the second half. The Breakers were able to push the ball on the offensive side and get multiple opportunities, just not able to execute and finish on the offensive side. Maybe they can do that in the second half, or maybe not, and this game ends 1-0. Who knows? A lot of questions will be answered, and we have 35 minutes to do so. The 2025 National League quarterfinals for boys E64. This is the 13U game championship in the wild card pool for the January quarterfinals. As the Arizona Athletic Grounds is the site for today's game. As you can see, multiple fields in the back, along with other athletic facilities. We got baseball fields. You got a whole basketball complex, field house, also for volleyball as well. Very beautiful and a very great athletic complex. And all on showcase here for the National League quarterfinals, January 2025 edition. The Breakers trying to play through their backfield once again, not able to have much success. It will be Elmbrook. And if you do remember, they started off the first half strong, getting a goal in that 4th minute. Because they're going to be looking to get an early one on here in the second half. Before this game, they had 5 goals in the semifinal versus Rockford Raptors FC. So offense has been the name of the game for Elmbrook in this quarterfinals tournament. They also won 2-0 over Asphalt Green SC as well. Meanwhile, for the Breakers, I mean, offense, 2 goals in the quarterfinal, along with 9-8 in PKs versus the Michigan Tigers in a 3-1 win over FW United Elite. So there has been higher scoring games in these quarterfinal and semifinal games for both of these teams, but 1 goal so far in the first half. Let's see if the scoring does ramp up here in the second. But both these defenses have been strong so far. Elmbrook trying to push up ahead on the left side. The Breakers will apply pressure and force it over to the touchline. Remember, at 1 o'clock, the U13 boys silver final between Toka FC Elite and PDA Hibernian will be taking place. Elmbrook inside the 18. The Breakers deny second chance opportunity. No. Third time could be the charm if Elmbrook's able to keep it on the offensive side. They do not. Breakers trying to hustle it over on the touchline will be the last touch. And want to elevate your game? Check out Upper 90, an official partner of the National Soccer Network. Upper 90 is your place to go. Elmbrook with the shot. Saved by the Breakers. Elmbrook, who they haven't had much offense since that first half. As the Breakers now trying to push ahead on offense. Valcourt moving down on the right side, trying to dribble his way through. Too big of a touch right there allows Elmbrook to put a stop on the ball. As the Breakers trying to apply the pressure, return the favor that Elmbrook's been doing to him for the first half of this game. Valcourt's able to sprint ahead and maneuver his way through. Still pushing the ball forward, trying to send it across. Elmbrook's back line remains strong, is trying to play it up the side as Elmbrook. And one thing I'll say is both these teams are continuing just to try and play up the sides, which it's not a bad strategy, but they should use a little bit more of the middle of the field, especially at these younger levels. You see it across all sports. They want to play up on the outside and not use the middle of the field just because it's easier to get down sometimes. So you got to find a good versatility and use of the two. The Breakers going to get it all the way back to their goalkeeper. He's just got to make sure he gets rid of it. Elmbrook trying to apply pressure, but the Breakers have done such a better job of moving this ball down the field. Cohn and this Breakers offense moving the ball around, able to stay ahead, but the Elmbrook back line remaining strong. Elmbrook trying to go down on the other side. Cohn trying to get to it. Able to sprint, watches it go out, and he'll be able to throw it in. Five minutes into the second half. Elmbrook takes a shot right there down on the low side. As you can just see, he's a little bit in an agony, but gets off strong, and that is a mold of a tough player. Able to take a shot and just get back up. Juan Yalette, you could see there on the bottom right before, moves back over, the primary coach for this Miami Breakers squad. Elmbrook gets it all the way back, trying to spread out this Breakers defense and also allow their offense to get set up in space. Breakers are going to get a little bit too physical deep on the left side, as it looks like Savoa will be charged with the foul. 30 minutes to go here. Elmbrook still with the 1-0 lead. If they could add some extra insurance. The Breakers trying to match this thing up. Cohn sprinting down on the left side, trying to get the ball to him. A little bit of hesitation from the Breakers, and Elmbrook's able to come up strong on the defensive side. And Elmbrook still pushing ahead after a little bit of a miscue by the Breakers. The acceleration all the way just outside the 18. The Breakers able to finally apply some pressure on the defensive side. 50-50 contact both ways, so no whistle blown. And now the Breakers moving along the left side. It'll be Max Figueroa moving it all the way down to the left. Now it's going to be Cohn. Cohn Trying to feed it over to that left side, intercepted. ELMBROOK on the counter attack. Still sprinting ahead, loses it, control of it. So both these teams trying to play a fast-paced style. Still do have 29 minutes left, so there needs to be some sense of urgency for the Miami Breakers, but you do got to realize that there still is a decent amount of time left. Reen Lewis will check into the back line for the Breakers. As coming up at 1 o'clock, U13 boys silver final between Toka FC Elite and PDA Hibernian. And also for the U15 boys silver final, the Michigan Rangers and Michigan Tigers, all the way from the state of Michigan, taking a battle on Arizona, as they'll switch over a couple of time zones. Currently right now, it is 9:54 Mountain Standard Time. And Michigan, obviously being an Eastern Standard Time, is 11:54 currently. As ELMBROOK able to play this one out ahead. Can they stay on side? Goalkeeper comes up, second chance opportunity. Ball hits off the post. Another shot that hits off the woodwork of the net. This time the side of it. And that is 2 goals now that have hit either the crossbar or the goalpost and haven't fallen into the net, and it's just that close. This game could be 2-1. It's 1-0, so it's the same margin. But what it does for your sense of confidence, especially in a wide open net like that, wow, and that could be the difference right there from it going in and not. The Breakers trying to keep this ball in over the end line. Still in play. ELMBROOK coming up strong on the defensive side, not able to clear it out. Still in their own third. The Breakers pushing and pushing, trying to get inside the box. ELMBROOK remaining strong. And they're able to clear this one out momentarily. It's going to reach about the halfway point before the Breakers get another foot on it. This time they're going to try to spread out this ELMBROOK defense, as the Breakers have done a lot better job of not letting the pressure get to them. Ball does get through all the way over to Valcourt. Now deep down on the left side is Valcourt. Valcourt putting the moves on with his feet. Still moving it around the perimeter, just outside the box before ELMBROOK trying to get it. It's a one-on-one sprint down on the deep side, and ELMBROOK just gets tripped up at the end, so it's going to be Luis who's going to be able to send this one away. The ball continues to roll as both these teams just continue to battle and battle and battle. Cordy trying to move the ball around. ELMBROOK comes up with the turnover. Is trying to get it in some space. ELMBROOK keeps pushing before it is stopped, and we have a whistle blown. And it will be a set play for the Breakers. While there's only been 1 goal, and it came in the 4th minute, we have seen a lot and lots of action here 45 minutes in. Got 25 minutes remaining. It's the team from Wisconsin trying to push ahead. A little bit too big of a pass right there. It's going to go into the hands of the Breakers. The Breakers now trying to push it up ahead. Walker's not able to get to that one. But the Breakers still stay ahead on the attack. Trying to play it up this right side. Sending it across. This one gets bobbled around. Both these teams fighting for possession back and forth. ELMBROOK is trying to stay strong on the defensive side. The Breakers still in possession, trying to send in a shot. That one just too outside to the left and goes over the end line. The Breakers can just not break the seal when it comes to getting a goal on the board. but they have just been so close and have set themselves up for so much opportunities. You almost just have a sense that it is going to come at some point. Elmbrook, Peters taking the goal kick, as they still have a 1-0 lead, and Elmbrook has had the offensive opportunities, but just the ball control and the ability to stay strong on the defensive side. They almost like playing defense leads to great offense rather than just simply having a great offense. They like to get out with limited numbers in space, but they like the one-on-ones, the two-on-twos, just the quick plays that they're able to generate. The Breakers moving it all the way to the back line as they'll try to flip it to the right side. Intercepted, and this is what I'm talking about right here. A 2-on-3 right now, but Elmbrook continuing to sprint ahead all the way down on the left side. And I believe it's going to be off the Breakers, so Elmbrook will get their 3rd corner kick of the game, as their first goal in that 4th minute did come off a corner kick. As actually they're going to flip the decision. It'll be a goal kick for the Breakers, as Mason Ramirez, the goalkeeper for the Breakers, going to get this one started. The Breakers just continuing to play up that right side. They're able to move the ball down, get it over the halfway point. Breakers trying to sprint out ahead in space, able to get to it as Walker's great ball control right there, moving towards the middle of the 18. Now inside, shot taken, but that's just outside on the left. Elmbrook was able to get a touch on it and affect the shot, so it will be a corner kick for the Breakers, their first of the game. And can they break the seal and get that first goal of the game? Breakers with their first real opportunity to get a goal on the board. This one sent in. This one chipped up high, header denied. Second shot, this one up high, but Peters able to get some hands on it. It was on net. But Peters continues to have a clean sheet. Has not had a clean sheet yet in this quarterfinals here in Arizona for January 2025. But man, Elmbrook just continues to remain strong. My mistake, he has had a clean sheet over Asphalt Green. That is Miami who has not had a clean sheet, and that will continue to remain true. Sorry for the misinformation for you guys at home. The Breakers will have a set play. This one sent all the way to the outside of the 18, now falls in, but Elmbrook once again remaining strong. Breakers trying to break through, able to move the ball around very precisely on this defense. Open shot, Valcourt has it denied by Peters. Cone trying to set one in, not able to get it. This ball still being moved around, but Elmbrook able to stay strong. Can they clear it out completely? No. The back and forth is continuing on between both these teams. The Breakers now with it deep on the right side, trying to send in a cross, not able to execute, and the official gives a corner kick signal. The Breakers able to keep the ball down on the Elmbrook side, and can they finally pay it off with tying this thing up 1-1? Breakers yet to get a goal on the board, as we're going to see some substitutions from both sides. 2 for Elmbrook, 3 for the Breakers. So they'll make their way out onto the field before we get this corner kick set up. $19 minutes left to play before we do reach the final. The Breakers Can they get their first one of the match? Both these teams have had excellent performances on the pitch here, 51 minutes in. And who's going to come out on top for this wild card pool final? Corner kick finally getting set up. Can the Breakers get one on the board? The wind affecting the placement of the ball. This one's up, bending out. ELMBROOK able to get it outside the 18. The Breakers are going to have to reset. They'll send in a deep pass. ELMBROOK once again trying to deflect it away. Ball continues to move around. ELMBROOK able to get it all the way into the center circle. They continue to remain strong on the defensive side, which is why they are in the lead right now. And just the ability for this ELMBROOK team to apply pressure, that is what I'd say their team motto is in this game so far. Just applying pressure. Shout out J. Cole. Anyways, Breakers have it in their back line, pushing up ahead, getting it into the ELMBROOK third. Team in white able to come up with a stop once again. It's going to be a foul against the Breakers. And the Breakers giving that Miami Vice look with the pink. A lot of these players as well with the blue cleats. Want to give a thank to our sponsor, Upper 90. Elevate your game, the official partner of the National Soccer Network. Also want to thank our other sponsors for this 2025 National League E64 January 2025 quarterfinals. New York Life, Treetops, Taka, and the National League, along with Upper 90. ELMBROOK moving the ball ahead, playing a little bit more patiently in the second half in terms of looking to score. They will have an opportunity right here. The Breakers don't break on defense, able to send that one away. As too physical from ELMBROOK and getting up slowly. It'll be Breakers possession off the set play. As a little official will tell the Breakers to send it back deep in their own territory. So you can expect ELMBROOK to continue to apply the pressure up front. This ball continues to just move back and forth. Is no one able to get a clear advantage of it? The Breakers trying to space it out. And they're able to, but ELMBROOK able to also just step in front of it. Now moving ahead is ELMBROOK. ELMBROOK pushing inside, trying to feed it over to the left. Shot taken. Ramirez on the save.
National Soccer Network website just went live on January 6th.
As now it is the Breakers pushing ahead. Hurtado sends it in. Can the Breakers send it in? No. Peters on the save. And the Breakers cannot execute at the final levels to get one on the board. And then that has just been the story for this Miami Breakers FC team 55 minutes in. Can they flip the script in the final 15 minutes? Time will only tell. But ELMBROOK, also you have to give them credit for just remaining strong on the back end. They were applying pressure here early on. The Breakers could barely move it past midfield. But the script's flipped a little bit. Maybe it's just easier with the wind to move down from this right to left and left to right. The Breakers breaking ahead once again, but once again as well, Elmbrook just stays strong on their back line. The team in pink trying to get a shot inside the net, but Elmbrook once again denying. They'll just be moving the ball around with some space. Hurtado dribbling down on the left side is going to retract, see if he has some options available close to him. Elmbrook applies the pressure. It'll be a throw-in for the Breakers. Moving the ball back and forth. This one up high does get inside the box. The Breakers do have an opportunity for a shot. Ball continuing to move around. Elmbrook sends it out. Shot sent back in. That one to outside to the right for Figueroa. So the Breakers just not able to put one in the net here 57 minutes in. They only got just over 12 minutes remaining in this game before we do reach our final in regulation. And if they want to have a chance in penalty kicks, where they were once successful before, they got to be able to put one in the net. Having possession just outside the 18 in this Elmbrook third. Moving the ball around. Great ball movement from the Breakers. Pushing it inside. Shot. Sent in. And it hits into the back right corner. The Breakers tie it 1-1 here in this wild card pool finals. The ball movement just so precise and excellent. Moving around. Wasn't even able to see who got the goal. But nonetheless, we are all tied up. And Elmbrook finally breaks on the back line. We have ourselves more of a ball game than we already did here, folks. And this is why you watch the National Soccer Network and Upper 90 TV as well, for the moments like these. Elmbrook taking possession. They got to find a way to find that offensive success they had in the first half, with one getting a goal in that 4th minute, but two just being able to stay down on the Breakers' side and not allowing them to leave. They let off the gas pedal a little bit, and the Breakers have been able to tie this thing up. Trying to push it fast. Khan is going to get a stop on the defensive side. The ball does go out over the touchline. It will be Elmbrook to throw in. They do get it, but the Breakers staying strong. Trying to play it up the sideline a little bit too far. Great idea, though, nonetheless. As this ball continues just to be going out once again on the touchline. 60 minutes in, 10 minutes remain in regulation. Will we go to penalty kicks? The Breakers breaking ahead. This ball continues to move back. Elmbrook able to get a hold on it on their back line, but the Breakers continue to apply pressure, and maybe a little bit too much there. They'll be charged with the foul. No cards in this game, so it hasn't gotten blown way over in terms of the physical play. As now Elmbrook going down on this left side. That ball does reach out of bounds. But Elmbrook still in possession of it deep in this third. The Breakers just trying to get this thing away, keeping it in bounds. His ball still in play, even with it reaching so close to the end and touch lines. But the Breakers now in possession, accelerating ahead. Can the Breakers make this 2-1? Ball being moved back and forth. No one able to get a clear foot on it in midfield. And there will be Elmbrook's ball to throw in. One to one. Still 10 minutes remain. So this just continues to be back and forth. And like I've said it, that's just been the game. Neither team able to get a clear advantage over the other. Elmbrook dominated in the beginning, but the Breakers have dominated as of late. Elmbrook did get inside the 18 before it being quickly denied by the Breakers. And they just continue to battle for these 50-50s. As this ball just continues to be moved around, no one able to move it. It's been a little stagnant, which has not been the case throughout this game, trust me. I've almost flown out of my own seat about 10 times during this game. I know our producer, Nathan Turner, has as well. Both these teams just playing back and forth. Can one of them break through and get inside the 18? No. It's being played on the Miami Breakers side, but they just continue to stay strong on defense. This one sent up high. Can Ramirez get to it? He does. Secures it. The Breakers now down on the left side. It'll be Hurtado. Takes a shot. This one being back and forth. Can they get ahead to it? The Breakers trying to dribble through. Elmbrook able to come up with the last-ditch effort. Hurtado with it, dancing around, able to keep possession, trying to break through the back line. He does, takes the shot, saved by Peters. Staying strong is Elmbrook. This thing's still all tied up at 1. Both of these teams just giving the last efforts that they've had. They've had to play back-to-back days, so third day in a row, you might feel that body fatigue. You might feel a little bit sore. Had to get in the ice bath last night. But, man, this has just been a battle between both these teams, and you want to be on the rewarding side. It will be a foul against the Breakers, so Elmbrook will have a set play just inside the Breakers' 18. Elmbrook moving the ball around. Doesn't get past the back line. The Breakers, ooh, great foot control right there. Trying to play it through, but not able to. And now it's Elmbrook on the counterattack. Cone puts up a stop, but just for the moment, bodies colliding back and forth. And we're going to have a yellow card, and that looks like it's going against Theo Wallikers. And it'll be a set play for Elmbrook just outside the 18. We would say, according to the Noah Drury estimation, I don't know what to call it, actually. But the distance between the ball on this set play and the net is, I would say, approximately 26 yards. I'll get my producer's thoughts. Nathan, how far away is this? He's going to say about 30 yards. Okay. 65th minute in. Make it the 66th. One substitution for the Breakers, hustling onto the field. As well for Elmbrook. Got a substitution coming in as well. 1-1, 66th minute. The set play for Elmbrook. Can they get this one 2-1 late? Shot sent in. That one too high and right. Ramirez does not have to make a play on the ball as he watches that one hit the back fence. 4 minutes left to play before we go to penalty kicks. If no one can come up with the goal, Elmbrook applying pressure in the corner. Looks like they're just trying to put the Breakers in timeout with having them sit in the corner with the ball. Elmbrook. Deep throw in. The Breakers are able to get it off the interception. Just have to be able to move this ball outside the corner. Is just trying to play it off Elmbrook. The ball does stay in play. The Breakers are going to send a deep kick down the left side. Now this ball just being played up in the air. And the Breakers might be able to break through. Get it past midfield. Sprinting down ahead. Elmbrook able to coming up with it on the backside. And now Elmbrook trying to get the offense set. Able to move ahead, and that's going to be a foul from behind by the Breakers, and it's going to be another set play and another yellow card going against the Breakers. Looks like it went against Bernardo Cone of Miami. So another set play for Elmbrook. Can they put this one in the back of the net? Only about 2 minutes remain in this game, so time is becoming a factor. You got to be able to be efficient and execute if you want to walk out of this clean with no penalty kicks. The Breakers won 9-8 in penalty kicks over the Michigan Tigers. So they have been in this situation so far in this tournament before. And that's how they got here. That's how they started. Elmbrook sends one from deep. Ramirez hauls it in. Another save. And the Breakers trying to push ahead. Header all the way forward. And it looks like it's going to be a foul, potentially. I know they wanted the call for the Breakers, but is not going to get the call. Just over a minute remains. We're in the 69th minute. Slide tackle right there. Coming in hot, Ethan Haman. We're going to have an injured player down on the field, and that is the Breakers' third yellow card in the past 2 minutes. Let the emotions maybe get the best of you here late on. So it looks like it's going to be an ankle injury. As well as he's still down on the turf. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with you after the injury timeout. Back with you after the short injury timeout. It's going to be a deep set play for Elmbrook on this right side, just in front of the Miami Breakers bench. As they get it.
If another goal is scored for the Breakers, then we go immediately into penalty kicks.
There's that ball out on the touchline. Great defense right there by Daniel Hurtado. He will throw it in. We'll see how much stoppage time is given for this match. That ball does go over the end line, so Ramirez will have to send this one high and away on the goal kick. Tied 1-1. We could be going to penalty kicks if there's not a goal scored here within the next couple of possessions. Elmbrook trying to get the ball ahead, applying the pressure. Can the Breakers break it? No. Elmbrook pushing ahead inside the 18. Shot from deep, saved by Ramirez. Is just trying to put it on and quickly, trying to catch the Breakers defense off guard. But Elmbrook trying to apply the pressure late. Elmbrook moving the ball around. Still able to keep it ahead. The team from Wisconsin, can they end this in regulation? Moving the ball around. The Breakers not able to get it through. Out on the touchline, it'll stay with ELMBROOK. They still have a chance to make this 2-1 and end it here. See how much more stoppage time there is. Ball being played deep into that corner. The Breakers are able to clear it out. It'll still stay with ELMBROOK, so they're still in the Miami Breakers' third. Ball being played around. The Breakers send this one up to midfield. Can they attack down the other way? Have some numbers and some space available. Great through ball on the right side. ELMBROOK getting back to it. They're able to send it out of bounds. The Breakers flipping the script a little bit here. But we will be going to penalty kicks, as that is the end of regulation. 70 minutes was not enough. We will head to penalty kicks to decide the final here for the 13U boys wild card pool final for the 2025 National League quarterfinals for boys E64. We're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with you when the penalty kicks start to decide this 13U boys wild card final.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Looks great. Oh. Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Go get it, Doug.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Back here for penalty kicks. No overtime in these 2025 NL quarterfinals. Boys E64 13U boys wildcard pool finals. Both these teams making their way back out onto the pitch, as Ramirez and Peters will have to remain strong for both of these teams. Glad you could join us here on Martin Luther King Day here in the morning. Right now at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time here on the East Coast, it is 12:28. Both these teams getting each other mentally prepared, as it is going to be make or break time. Game is being played at the Arizona Athletic Grounds, located in Mesa, Arizona. And Nathan, why don't we get the temperature right now? Our weather bug presented by Taka. 47 degrees Fahrenheit, 8-mile-an-hour wind, so that ball might come in a little bit hotter depending on the direction. Got a visibility of 9 miles. So it's become a little bit more dusky outside. You can see the visibility a little bit more limited as it is at 9 miles. But nonetheless, we will get started with penalty kicks. Who is going to be up first? It's going to be the Miami Breakers, starting out here early on. Walking up ahead, both these teams will get 5 opportunities, and if we continue to go on, we will go to sudden death, and they'll have to match. New York Life is your Scorebug sponsor, and your other sponsors are Treetops, Taka, National League, and Upper 90. As Miami Breakers were able to get the first one in. Sorry, we were having technical issues on our side. So now the ELMBROOK will have to respond. We'll see if ELMBROOK can respond. Breakers trying to match. Sorry, we were having technical issues on our side, not able to see it. Just trying to finish this strong. Just wish we could provide better visual for you guys back at home. The Breakers do miss the second one. Great, strong performance by Peters. So now it's ELMBROOK trying to match. Ken Elmbrook tied up 1-1. Is not able to see, but judging off the walk back, I believe it is another miss by Elmbrook. So 1-0 lead here for the Breakers in these penalty kicks. As once again, we are having technical issues on our side, so we're not able to show the penalty kicks. As you can see for a little bit, shot taken. I believe that went in for the Breakers. As Elmbrook will have to make the rest of the three if they want to win. Can Elmbrook respond? Once again, we are not able to see. We do see the kick being taken. And Miami remains strong, judging off. Trying to read what the officials are saying. It looks like it's going to be some sort of re-kick. I'm honestly not quite too positive. Once again, sorry for not being able to provide this, and we are currently experiencing technical issues with our camera. Elmbrook takes the shot, and he gets it to go down. So it is 1-2. And there's a little life left. The opportunity window is still there. The Breakers are going to have to stay successful. As do not take this score bug too literally. This is just off of what we can see. Breakers will have another opportunity to get a shot on. Breakers gonna take the shot. It looks like it just went outside. So Elmbrook still with an opportunity to win. So 2-1, fourth shot for Elmbrook. The Breakers just took their fourth. Can Elmbrook tie it up? The Breakers stay strong. The Breakers can end it here with the penalty kick make. As how about the goalkeeper for the Breakers, Mason Ramirez, remaining strong. Can the game-winning shot be sent? The Breakers just need one more to end this thing. And it looks like it does not go in, so it will be decided by this kick for Elmbrook to see if we will move on to another set or if it will be all over. Can ELMBROOK remain strong? And once again, we're sorry about the visual, but we will get it for this last shot. Taking it. Can Ramirez remain strong? And it looks like we will head to sudden death for penalty kicks. The Breakers taking the shot. Sent in. It looks like ELMBROOK will have to match. Can Ramirez remain strong for the Breakers in net? ELMBROOK, can they match? Shot sent in. Ramirez, stay strong. The one does go in at the last second. The Breakers were ready to celebrate. We're still continue to go on. Tied 2-2 in these penalty kicks. Both these goalkeepers have remained strong throughout. Can Peters now stay strong for ELMBROOK? Shot taken by the Breakers. That one hits the back right corner. And ELMBROOK will have to match. Three to 2 now. Can ELMBROOK keep their hopes alive? Getting set for it. Shot taken. And they're still alive. 3-3. Not over just yet. As now it will be the Breakers once again to take another shot. It looks like number 12, Bernardo Khan, will head to the penalty mark. 3-3 so far. Breakers take the shot. Just crosses the line. Peters did get hands on it, but the power was just enough to break through. ELMBROOK has to continue matching. The Breakers have made their last 2 penalty kicks. ELMBROOK takes it, and it hits the back right corner. We still continue to go on and on. As about everyone on the roster is going to have to take a penalty kick. As you wouldn't want to have a championship game come down any other way. The amount of animosity. chaos. This game tied 1-1. We are 4-4 in penalty kicks. The Breakers take the penalty kick. That one saved by Peters.
What do you mean? There's 2 games at 1 p.m. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you needed a schedule. I'm sorry. Here. 1 p.m. State Q, 1 p.m. District.
And now, can Elmbrook take advantage in this sudden death, make it 5-4 win in penalty kicks? Ramirez has to remain strong in the goal. Elmbrook getting ready to storm the field, and they do! Elmbrook has won the U13 Boys Wildcard Pool Finals for the 2025 National Quarterfinals Boys E64 in January. The team from Brookfield, Wisconsin will toast the trophy high. What a dramatic fashion it came down to, but the team that started out strong also finished strong as well. Your final score, 1-1, 5-4, and penalty kicks. And the Elmbrook United just came away as your champions. Want to thank you for watching on the National Soccer Network and Upper 90 TV. Want to thank our sponsors, New York Life, Treetops, Taka, National League, and Upper 90 for today's broadcast. And my name is Noah Drury saying so long, everybody, and have a great rest of your Monday.
In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, oh, the ball falls to Buckley. 1-on-1 with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for Girls Soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrett.
Ball comes in, a good hit! 1-0. Shot, another save from Etheridge. Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0. Burzma, but then for Vlasma. 3-0. Stewart Heiss with a shot. Upper 90 and in.
Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos.
Mario Canoe now finds Sock. Finding Sock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it.